What's going on, guys? We are back once again, and we are going to be talking about the latest episode of Mayans MC. Now, again, you guys already know the drill. If you don't want to be spoiled, then click off the video. But at the same time, hopefully you guys are enjoying the season. And let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode, because there was a lot that happened. I'm going to try to kind of narrow down what happened in each episode. But so far, episode 5 brought a lot of different things. I'm going to go divide different characters right now. We finally got to see where Emily has now been on the run, and now things are coming home to roost for her, because she literally got found by PIs, from what I'm assuming, due to, I'm guessing, from what I'm guessing, that she somehow, I guess, was found by PIs after somebody was supposedly killed, or she put a hit out on them, and they tried asking her questions. Obviously, she declined, and then later on, again, there were some things that did happen in the episode where later on it still looks like she's being followed. She ain't given much information. Then we got to see where one of our characters, she found her and Angel's child. I mean, Alita, she finally found her and Angel's son alive. It was with that Fed that was working with Potter, and she had been raising that child as if she were, he was her own, and her husband was helping along with it. And then she found him, killed him, took the baby, and later on in the episode we got to see her going down the highway, seeing with her baby, and she just gets out of the car and starts screaming because she's having a hard time handling obviously what happened to her from, being with Angel, and then, having that taken away from her, and then being in prison, giving birth to her son in prison, and then having her child taken away from her. So there's a lot that Alita's been trying to handle, and she doesn't know how to handle it. And then throughout the episode, we even got to see where Miguel, of course, they're showing more Miguel, and they're showing even about, him talking to his aunt about how her sister believed that apparently he was a sign from God, that there was a reason why he was born, and he's saying he doesn't really believe that he thinks his father and her reconciled after some years. And then, of course, there was a boy that he keeps coming to talk to him, and he states that, that he thinks that there is good in Miguel, and that they both are good. And he starts talking about his mom. He wants to give him his mom flowers on her grave, and his dad calls for him. But then later on in the episode, it gets revealed that this local militia killed him, took his father, from guessing, to force him to the local militia. And then we see where later on in the episode, Miguel feels bad, and then he wants to confess his sins to his aunt. So I got this weird feeling, and I'm going to kind of go in both terms right now. I think they're going to try to do redemption for Miguel after all the things he's done, which is going to be really hard to see, since me personally, I don't like the character. For Emily, I think for her is going to be a real reality check for her, now that she's still on the run and she doesn't know who to trust. And then also for Alita, I think she's going to still be on the run, trying to not only raise her son, but maybe try to get her son back to Angel. And again, we didn't really see a whole lot of Angel in this episode, other than a few times, and then one time where he had to stop on the side of the road, I'm assuming thinking about his son not knowing where he is. And then this episode, we really got to see like a day of remembrance for the Mayans, and Alvarez is trying to make things right between all the charters, but it's really hard, especially with all the bad blood that's between all the charters. And a fight breaks out even at the memorial in there, to where someone starts talking about Steve. Hank hears it, and then a fight breaks out easy, and everybody beats the shit out of everyone. And even Alvarez is like, looks at the one, and he says maybe it is time to cut out the cancer, because he did have a talk with one of the other charter presidents, stating about, look, you're talking to someone that's appeared to you, that's been with you since day one. And he even told him, I guess, how, like, hey, maybe it's time to let this charter go, because of how wrong it's been, or how crazy it's been. And what we're seeing in that is possibly more issues, to where it's going to show Alvarez maybe, what is he going to do? Is he going to listen to Easy? Is he going to listen to all these other presidents? Who is he going to listen to is a big changing the game. And we also see, one of the other characters, he had to go save his army buddy. I mean, he got a call stating that his army buddy was going nuts and wanted his own son to kill him due to PTSD. And he had to stop him, brought him back to Easy's Trail so he can meet Sally. And that was good for him. And so we're going to be seeing probably more from this character due to him being a former vet and him possibly whatever he dealt with overseas is going to come back to bite him, and also he's still dealing with it. So we're possibly going to be seeing that, and then we're also going to be seeing Hope, the one that's with Coco. She finally broke, and I've been saying that for weeks now. I've been saying it, didn't know when. She finally broke. I think she's very close to having a relapse. She even told Coco at the end of the episode that she needs help, and he says when he comes back, she's going to get help. But, of course, with the way the episode ended, I don't think that's going to happen, and we're going to get into that here in a few minutes. But again, I think she's going to relapse very soon because it does get brought up about Meth Hill of where she was, because she meets these local druggies outside, not that far from where she did work, since she went nuts at her job and she pretty much walked out in the middle of her shift. So more than likely she's going to need a new job. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how it's going to go. And then also, at the same time, we're also going to be seeing how Easy spoke to this other girl that was at the local shelter who helped him adopt Sally. But what's going to be really interesting is that she starts bringing up about how she, with her daughter having very bad anxiety, and how her daughter died with being drowned, and she was being drunk and didn't realize that her daughter was trying to swim without her. And then she blames herself. And then we also see her putting a dog to sleep, which was very emotional to me because I've had to do the same thing with my dogs. So that was really hard for me to watch on. And let's go ahead and just get to the meat and potatoes here. With the Suns now wanting to attack the Mayans, they do over in Oakland. And they unleash a heavy attack against them during their remembrance. And one of the ones that gets shot is Coco. Coco gets shot very badly. Not entirely sure if he's dead or if he's going to be on life support or whatever. He's bleeding out extremely badly and don't know if he's going to make it, and that's how the episode ends. So it's going to be really interesting to see where they're going to take the series from here. If they're going to have Coco die, which is going to be a headspin not only for Hope but also his daughter. His daughter may try to, possibly blame her. I don't know. I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see if he does die. Honestly, I'm hoping he doesn't. I mean, he's a cool character. He's finally getting redemption, and we're going to see how it plays out. And then even same thing with Creep. I mean, he could call Creep at one point and be like, hey, since he is a former, addict, and now that he's trying to get his life on track, and him having a possible relationship with this one girl that he met with AA, which we got to see more of in this episode as well. So again, it's going to be a major change up within the series to see where it's going to go, and if we're going to be seeing, we're obviously going to be seeing a war with the Mayans versus the Suns and seeing what's going to happen. But I honestly just want to see what is going to possibly happen. Is it going to get worse or is it going to get better? But either way, guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below. What you guys thought about this episode? What are your thoughts about what's going to happen forward? Let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next one.